things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Lonzo Ball out there with White. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Buzelis. And it's Giddey in at the 3 spot. Buzelis with the ball. He's defended by Randall. He gets that one.
Buzelis used that size inside rather than just settle for the jump shot.
And Edwards launches it from deep. It's rebounded by Giddey. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. A crossover, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
Woo. That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring.
Hey, bump the move. How about the finish? That's right, fella. Bang that thing.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And it's Vucevic missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Cranes the three-pointer. Edwards got 7 points.
Well, Edwards looking almost automatic there. Didn't wait too long to put that shot up.
And here is Giddey. Outside, White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Randall outside. Outside, Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Ball, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Ball. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 5. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Up top, Gobert. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Timberwolves making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And the Bulls making a change also. Smith has checked in. Bulls trail by 5. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. On defense, the Timberwolves. Here's Giddey. Powered down with both hands.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
For 3, Edwards. And it's White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They trail by 3.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Clock at 6. Here's Vucevic. Again, Chicago.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Conley gets the bucket.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Giddey. He has 6. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. White, good.
An assertive offensive player. White knows he has the green light to rise and fire.
For three, Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Pass to White. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Giddey goes in, and he goes in for the dunk.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Now, here's Ball. No scoring in this one. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Randall from outside connects from three-point range.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Here's Vucevic. Gobert with the defensive effort. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I also like the way they've been able to penetrate. The penetration has led to some big buckets as a result.
Naz Reid out there with McDaniels. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Clark in at the three. So that's the Timberwolves 5. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, G.A., Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose, an MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
And rejection by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Carter outside. Pass to Herter. Now here's Williams. Nothing on the board. Smith outside. And the Bulls with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Now here's McDaniels. He's covered closely. Gets the three-pointer to fall. McDaniels got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Carter kicks to Williams. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. No good, unable to end this run. Here's DiVincenzo. And he uses the glass on the layup. DiVincenzo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, I like to see when guards come inside. DiVincenzo trying to send a message with that hoop.
Here's Carter. Connects on the foul line jumper.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Back to Alexander Walker. Edwards over Herter, and again it's Minnesota converting.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Carter finds Herter. Fires for three. Count them one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Carter. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
Well, you know, that last three got DiVincenzo fired up now. He had to respond. He goes to the arc to shoot back with one of his own triples.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for McDaniels. Edwards has come in for Clark. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Jalen Smith. Ball comes in for Buzelis. Whitey's checked in for Kevin Herter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Carter. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And I tell you what, Ball has excellent speed. He's got good size, and his savvy shows up right there because he's cutting right into the heart of the defense at just the right time.
Gobert against Vucevic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Buzelis is checked in for Williams. Bulls trail by 14. Giddey with it. He's got 8. His three-pointers off the mark.
You know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide-open look.
And again, the turnover by the Timberwolves. And there's a minute 45 left in the second quarter. Teardrop shot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish it. He knows it. Lone opportunity.
Here's Randle. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 14-point game. Yep, it counts. White's got 5 now.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Free throw line jump shot. Ball no good. Timberwolves leading by 14. 51 seconds left now here in the second. From the arc. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for that. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
Buzelis with the ball. Randle on him. Buzelis' shot is good. He's got 8.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Edwards looking it over. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
And so we wrap up the first half. Timberwolves lead by 15. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
They're measuring up the shot.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Josh Giddey is out there with Bruce Ellis. And it's Kobe White, and it's Ball, and it's Vucevic in at the 5.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
And how about that finish by Buzelis, the rookie, getting it done?
Timberwolves leading by 15. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Back to Ball. Stolen by McDaniels.
Active hands prevented an easy bucket that time.
Conley with it. Now guarded by Ball. Pass to McDaniels. And here is Conley. From the wing. And again, it's Minnesota. Bulls trail by 20. Ball surveying the defense. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Edwards. Outside Conley. Wants to get it to Randall and does. Out to Edwards. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.